Hey dudes, what's going on? I'm amazed that a lot of my students just don't really care about power chords. I mean, what the heck's going on here? The first power chord I would recommend learning, and this is really important if you really want to play that thing, is E5. That'd be like every Metallica song or every AC/DC song or anything that smells like that. That's your fat low E string open, which is really easy. You know, what's the first thing you're going to hit with your pick? The big string. So the key of E absolutely dominates, rules, and rocks. Key of E, big string E. So when we say key of E, hit your E string, man. It's easy. All right. Then we're going to add this finger here on the 5th string, 2nd fret. That's a B. That's the 5th interval of an E major scale. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 is the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why it's called E5. But you can call it an E power chord. Good for chugging. And rock and roll, if you're interested in that. Okay, memorize that. I'm amazed at how many students, I'll say, let's try the E5. They're like, what's that? I'm like, you know the thing we worked on for like the past 3 years? Huh? And then I show them a picture of it, and they always go with their middle finger. Like, no. Not middle. Not ring. Not pinky. It's the pointer. Because you want to be ready to play things like this. Or so it's index, not middle. Okay? Thank you. Then the next power chord I would learn is the A5. So all you're going to do is creep your pointer finger over one string. A5. Absolutely devastating rock and roll chord. That's your index finger, 2nd fret. Pressing down on the 4th string. You can also get the 3rd string in there. 2 notes or 3. Not middle, not ring, not pinky, but index. And again, you can go and all that stuff. If you use your middle, you're just kind of like trapped into this weird shape where you can't do anything. So index is really important. Again, to review, memorize E5 and A5. Next, grab your D5. D5 is, again, index finger on the 2nd fret. This is the 3rd string. By the way, you count string numbers from 1st string, the skinny one, 2nd string, B, 3rd string, G, 4th, 5th, 6th. This is not the 1st string. No, this is. Okay, here you go. That, but you can bring in your middle finger to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, the D. If you want 3 notes, but just 2 notes is fine. But make sure not to go. That's why you want your middle finger there at the 3rd fret, the D note, because it's a D power chord. The notes are D, A, and D, or just D and A. Both are D5s. Up to you. So get really, really good at creeping from E5 to A5, A5 to D5, D5 to A5, A5 to E5. The next one is G5. You could do this, but I don't like it. I want to do this. For G5, this is a sneaky trick. You're going to use your middle finger at the 3rd fret, 6th string, the G note. So if we say rock and roll key of G, you're like, what does that mean? I don't know. Find a G note and start rocking. That's what it means. Find a G note. And then press down and strum. you're going to get some open strings. And you're like, but what about the A string? Because there's an X on it. Do I hop over it with my pick? No, you strum it. Because you're going to mute it like you always do. Don't you? Sadistic laugh. Hear that? On the underside of your middle finger, it's going to knock out the 5th string. Then you got the open 4th and 3rd strings. That's cool. So let's review. E5, A5, D5, G5. That's a cool way to play G5. Yes, you can do this too. But try this first. Just, it's cool. That's all you gotta know. Next is a C5, which is C plus G. G is the 5th note in a C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 1. That's index and ring. But sometimes you'll see me use my pinky. That's okay too. Next is F5. What's F5? Well, I don't know. Find an F note and you'll be ready. That's why you got to know your notes. Know your notes. F5. All right. Next is B flat 5. Let's go here. B flat. That's B flat and F. Next, E flat 5. E flat plus B flat. Next is A flat 5. A flat plus E flat. Then a D flat 5. That's a D flat plus an A flat. Then a G flat 5. That's G flat plus C D flat. And then you got your B5. That's a B and an F sharp. Next you're back to E5. That's a circle of fourths. Let's try that with a metronome. Stand by, metronome. Let's go kind of like about 84 beats a minute. 2, 3, 4. E5, A5, D5, G5, C5, F5, B flat 5, E flat 5, A flat 5, D flat 5, G flat 5, B5, E5. Let's do it again. A5, D5. Here comes G, C5, F5, B flat 5, E flat 5, A flat 5, D flat 5, G flat 5, B5, and let's end on this E5 up here. That's a 7 and 9 on the 5th and 4th strings. And you might have seen me do E flat here or here. Learn all three. Or what else? B flat 5 could be here or here. What else is weird? D flat 5 is here or here. There's probably more discrepancies. B5, A5, E5. So yes, there's more than one location of every chord, or every chord, I think, on guitar. You just got to know them all, really, if you want to play. And how do you know what is the right one? You will just know what feels the best, what sounds right, what can you do. You know, just figure it out. One or the other will be fine, I'm sure. So yeah, man, if you know your power chords, then you can write music, you can hear music, you can understand music. So A good call is to do them in a circle of fourths. Power chords in a circle of fourths. See if you can get through it. If you can do that, you're starting to understand some music theory pretty good. That's a decent little step. Power chords. Next, you could do major chords in a circle of fourths or fifths. And just look it up. Circle of fourths. It's really cool. I've got some diagrams I can email you if you want one. Just ask me. Or send an email to hooverguitar@yahoo.com. I'll send you a circle of fourths and fifths. Or just look up more videos about it and learn it. Because I don't care where you get your information, just as long as you know those chords. And power chords are the element of like rock and roll rhythm guitar. So that is very important if you really want to play. You got to take it serious, get your power chords down, add a little timing, get some smoothness, get some muscle